Hello, Knights of the Roll Table. It's Zach, your DM. Although this episode begins a DM run of Carlos, he's taken over for this upcoming portion of the campaign, and he did a great job. I'm excited to share it with you. But before that, I have exciting news, especially if you happen to live in the greater Phoenix area, because the Knights of the Roll Table is going live. We are traveling out to visit our friends at the Neighborhood Comedy Theater, NCT Phoenix. We are doing a series of improv shows out there with them, including a Knights of the Roll Table live episode that we will be performing using audience feedback, and we're also running a workshop on using improv skills in D&D. So we are super excited for that. Most of you probably are not around the Phoenix area to be able to attend that, but we're just excited to share it regardless. Celebrate with us. But if that improv skills for D&D workshop sounds interesting to you, since we're putting the work together, we could potentially run sort of an online version of that, something along those lines. So if it is something you're interested to, reach out, let us know. We're most reachable probably at Roll Table on Instagram right now, and there's a link tree there to other social media connections. So visit us, drop us a line, send us a DM, and let us know if that might be something you're interested in. Maybe we can do something bigger in the future. But for now, let's get to our episode. The team has just learned that Cambion is named after a dragon, Cambionatrix, that used to live under this mountain, which might be relevant information. But for now, they are charged with yet another mission, diving into that portal. So hope you enjoy the episode. There's a few more after this to come, DM'd by Carlos. And remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and make life an adventure. So you move on from there, like food for thought. There used to be a dragon named Cambionatrix that all of this is named after. Important information, maybe. And you work your way back to the chamber. All right, so you make your way back into the portal chamber, and Bartleby is there. And I don't think you've seen Bartleby since the explosion. So he's there functioning, but he's got an arm in a sling, and he's got kind of like some patches over his like head. Or like bandages over his head. He's a little bit worse for wear, but he's hanging in there. And he says, "Oh, great! I'm glad you guys made it. All right. So Sora gave me the information, and so you're going to be transporting to the outskirts of Farrowwood, and specifically the province of Gerda. And so there's a party going on, and Lord Valpurgis." Valpurgis is he's throwing a party right now. It's like a big feast, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna send you right inside the feast. So you should be able to kind of slip in past the defenses and take out Lord Valpurgis. We're pretty sure he's one of the Platinum Syndicate, and that's the mission. Any questions? I don't really have more information than that, so I don't know if I can answer them. But I just feel like it's the right time to ask for that. Okay, well, let me fire this thing up. And he goes to kind of like get in there, and you notice, like, since the explosion, there's some pieces of the portal that are sort of like patched together. Like there's wrappings around things and sort of like the equivalent of like fantasy duct tape on some things. And so like he fires it up, there's a little bit more sparking and like sizzling than you remember last time. And but it opens.
Are you sure this is entirely safe, Mr. Bottle?
I know, not really, but it's worked out okay so far. Bartleby, pleased to meet you again.
Likewise.
You should go. I don't know how long I can keep this open for, and you want to all end up in the same place if all right, possible.
Let's go. Tally ho!
Will lunch be provided?
Oliver's in. Randall's in. Branch still a bear?
In. Yeah.
Branch
I got like 6 hours on this thing, and I only get 2 shades.
Still riding Branch, and finally Tibro, all like, boom, 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 boom. And they all go through. And I'm going to hand it over from there to Carlos.
Woo! Oh!
Hey! That's right. All right. As you all tumble through the aether, through these vast blue electric energies. You feel yourself sort of like tumbling forward, and then you eventually feel the sort of ground rise up into you in a strange fashion, and then everything comes back into focus. But the first thing that y'all are going to notice in arriving is that you are outside. It is a bright sunny day, and you are not inside any kind of building. You are outside. But what you see in front of you is a mansion, large mansion, splendorous building, cast in blue pastels with some white and brown. Looks very fancy, very nice. But it's got like oddly kind of like mismatched styles. So like the moldings clash with the windows, the roof awnings clash with the tiling, the doors clash with the sconces. Like it's it's strange. It's like a hodgepodge. Every piece looks very expensive, but rarely consistent. Even if there's almost kind of like a bizarre symmetry to this mansion from the outside. And the other thing you notice is that you are surrounded by people. There's people that are sort of lined up trying to head into the mansion, and then there's people around where you are. You are there's steps, kind of like stairs leading up to the mansion, stone stairs, and you are in a clearing directly below those stairs, surrounded by two tents, plenty of groups of people around who give you sort of strange stares since there's a bear hanging out with you. And as I mentioned, there's a kind of line of people that is heading into the entrance of the mansion, and you are now in the feral wood.
Ooh.
So as you land, everybody roll a d12.
4.
Got an 8. 2 for Randall.
4, that was Sarsa.
I rolled a 4 as well.
Okay, Chris, let's have you re-roll. Sarsa, as you're stepping up, kind of taking in your surroundings, a little like a ground squirrel runs up to you and like looks up at you, because kind of like, I don't know, reverentially a little bit, and then kind of runs up and like nuzzles up against your foot, and that's weird.
Randall, is this someone you know?
Branch did.
Branch has a 2. Roll a d6, Branch.
6.
So you have +2 to charisma.
Oh, hey.
You don't know that, but you're feeling a lot more charismatic than you usually do. Randall, what did you have?
Good for a party.
I had an 8.
Oh, baby.
I'm up to a 0 in charisma.
Hey, that
Hey, well, that helps.
That's good.
you're not instantly repulsive.
All right. This was... Who is this, Randall?
Randy, baby.
Jeff, give me a number between like 1 and 30.
29.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Okay,
17,
then
18,
4.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You know the spell Glyph of Warding. When you cast this spell, you inscribe a glyph that harms other creatures, either upon a surface, such as a table or a section of floor or wall, or within an object that can be closed, such as a book or scroll, to conceal the glyph. Look up the spell Glyph of Warding if you have that. You have 1 free cast of this level 3 spell.
That's dope.
Great, good.
Chris, what did you re-roll?
3.
Okay.
Great. So we got charisma. We got extra spell. What kind of boon do I get? I can't wait. Squirrels
Yeah,
love
squirrel.
Sarsa. She controls all squirrels.
So when you roll a skill check, if it's even, you add +4. If it's odd, you subtract 4.
oh, jeez. Any skill check?
Yep.
+4 even, -4 odd.
Yep.
Jeez. Okay.
Can I? All right.
Okay.
Continue.
I'll make sure to give you no skill checks. Don't worry about it.
So do we notice is everyone with us?
In fact, you notice that one person seems to be missing. I
Who?
think because you're surrounded by people, it's maybe not immediately obvious, but there is a big hunky slab of a man that doesn't seem to have made it with you.
Oh
Oh,
no!
yeah, where is Melbourne?
Where, who? Where is Tiburon?
Oh, yeah,
Guys, bad news. We're missing Gravely.
I think we have been. I haven't even met him yet, but
What in the blazes is going on with these dang portals?
I knew it wasn't safe. It was sparking, and there was bandages around it. Ugh. That bumblebee needs to really fix those things. Well, we're at a party, so I suggest we all grab a drink or some sort of beverage and mingle a little bit, see what we can find out. What's our objective? I have a short memory. I'm old.
We're killing someone.
We're
Oh,
I mean, that was a killer joke. Well, sure.
Is anyone paying attention to us with enough?
There's
Notice
a
that we
guard
can-
near the line of people that's headed into the mansion who's giving you a strange look because of the bear part, but otherwise is not listening too intently. They're kind of managing the line.
I just look at him and be like, this is a royal bear. A bear is royalty. It's owned by one of the duchesses.
We ain't got no royal bear on the list, eh?
That we wouldn't
Branch
have a royal
tries
bear
to
on the
do
list.
like a royal roar.
Give me a royal roar.
Roar.
like a fancy roar.
raw.
A roar.
My
Started to
servants
become
roar
something else
for me.
entirely. The guard is unimpressed.
Wrong kind of bear.
The guard is unimpressed and goes back to doing his
Sarsa
job.
is going to gently tap the squirrel with her toe, not kick it, but just she's very confused about the squirrel.
It scurries off and kind of re-scurries, kind of comes to your other foot and kind of nuzzles you a little bit more.
Boils, I think we've got a little bit of an infestation here.
Also, a bird like a sparrow flies down and lands on your shoulder.
You've got Snow White syndrome.
Sarsa, you need to get rid of these animals.
I showered really well after I was inside that monster thing. I don't know what's going on with all this wildlife right now, but I don't know. It's weird. It's freaking me out.
Branch leans down or bends down and takes a big sniff of the squirrel.
It runs, but it hides. It gets on the opposite side of Sarsa, hiding from the bear, hiding behind her leg, opposite from the bear. It smells to the bear. It smells like regular squirrel.
He is afraid.
Weird.
All right, guys. Now, look. Hold on. Now, in the big fancy places like this, the first place we gotta go is the garbage, because fancy people throw regular stuff away, and that's a big haul for us. So I think we should sneak around back and find where they throw out all the garbage and see what kind of good stuff they got there.
Settle down, Templeton.
And how does
It's
this
actually
help?
not a terrible idea.
How does this help our objective?
Well, we might find, discarded, notes and secret pieces of, old keys and
Pieces of keys.
yeah, that we could piece together and we could find a lot about a person by their trash.
Right. Well, don't
Randall and
you-
I could go there, and you could stay here.
yes, I believe
Bingo.
Sarsa and I might be able to accomplish more with the social aspect of things, and the two of you could look through trash and perhaps find something that way.
Sarsa, near you, there is a short hooded person who has taken an interest to the squirrel and bird that are hanging out with you, and
the chipmunk.
And the chipmunk. Yeah, of course. And Branch, go ahead and give me a perception roll if you would.
And a lizard.
Are they all just kind of like?
Yeah, they're trying to like climb up on her and like nuzzle her and smell her.
That's a 9 perception, unless it has to do with smell, in which case I would get to roll it again.
I mean, actually, it could do with smell. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. That's an 18.
Great. So you do not recognize this person on sight, but the smell is only too familiar. Through the mist of time, a memory starts emerging, a memory of a tribe long abandoned, a tribe of goblins that you faked your death to get away from. This goblin belongs to that tribe.
Oh, no. It is good that Branch is a bear.
Dun dun dun.
I may have goblins that I know here.
Are you kind of telepathically telling everybody that?
Yeah.
What do you mean goblins that you know? Are they friendly? Like we can use them in our quest?
They were never very friendly to Branch.
So not friendly. Understood, friend Branch.
I'm going to try to get a closer look at the cloaked little dude.
Cloaked little dude, what are you up to?
So I am following a couple right now, and I am attempting to pickpocket a dagger off of the gentleman that I'm following.
Okay, so you see this little goblin fellow that Branch mentioned. To your eyes, not very subtly, but probably to other people around, subtly attempting to perhaps pilfer or pickpocket this lovely couple that's just kind of like pointing at stuff like, oh, look at that. Oh.
We all see that?
Yes. I think at this point, y'all are watching the hooded figure, right?
Should we stop him or should we not? Do you want to try to make reparations?
That is not surprising.
We could rough him up a little bit if you want.
Is it really our business what the goblin does?
It's not, and I also feel, just as a side note, if we start a scuffle with someone that we don't know, we might be kicked out of the party, and we definitely wouldn't hit our objective of taking out this elite. So maybe it's best if we hold off for now.
I am going to... Okay, actually, what Branch is going to do is he's going to use his telepathy feat at the goblin and just be like, don't do that.
You see him freeze and turn towards the bear, and the goblin doesn't understand what is happening, but you recognize Glob on the end of Stag's nose, one of the goblins from your original tribe that you left by faking your own death.
Do you have an idea in your head about how well these two might know each other?
I mean, you grew up together. You definitely are aware of each other. If he saw Branch, he would for sure know Branch, but he doesn't know Cave Bear Ranch. But you for sure recognize Glob.
Branch size and unwild shapes, because it just feels like it's the right thing to do.
Did Glob get a chance to grab the dagger?
As a Glob is about to reach over, that's when Branch unwild shapes, which alerts like a couple people around, some of which like have a reaction, and the couple definitely like the man in the couple like reaches and grabs over his lady's arm and goes, "Oh no, a bear man!"
I am not a man.
So Glob quickly like turns away as if he was just like casually walking along, losing his opportunity, but like stares at Branch like just like wide-eyed.
Branch like waves him over. Come here.
I think Glob is hesitant because of all the attention that Branch has just grabbed, but like is pulled in from that, and so like runs up and grabs Branch and says, "Branch, from the smallest tree in the forest, you were killed by Clevis the Pointy, comrade of comrades. This is truly a miracle. Hail, Clevis the Pointy! Hail, Branch, the the sacrificer of Clevis, comrade of comrades. This is
Okay.
truly a sign.
Glob, calm down, Glob.
Yes, yes,
Branch did not die. Branch pretended to die.
No, Hail Clevis Branch has lived again. This is truly the coming of a new age. Perhaps this explains all that has happened.
Yes, this is what happened. Okay, fine. How are you? What are you doing here? Why are you at this party? What is this party?
I don't know of the party, but everyone was kidnapped. I was taken here in a sack, and I escaped yesterday and made my way here. And we are attracting much attention here. Perhaps we could go somewhere more discreet.
Oh, okay. Before we do that, I kind of turn and go, everyone, this is Glob on the end of Stag's nose.
Oh, hello, very nice to meet you.
These are my friends. We will introduce
Hello,
later.
Glob.
We should go to a quieter place.
Right, maybe somewhere indoors, Sarsa says as she bats a sparrow away from her head.
He flies off and circles right back, lands on your shoulder.
So there are two tents next to you. One is a red rectangular shaped tent, and the other one is a round, blue tent. In the red tent, you see that it's has many entrances through the canvas. There's long wooden tables with benches, and you see a lot of people sitting down and drinking. And then at the top end of that tent, there's kind of a makeshift bar and a bunch of barrels just kind of crammed in there. And it seems there's 3 or 4 people with trays going up to the bar and taking drinks over to the tables. And over in the blue tent, that has a single entrance open. It's a little darker in there. And that has kind of round wooden tables and a bunch of people kind of sitting around holding quills and paper, looking at a makeshift small stage near the entrance.
Hey, Glob, where do you know where we should go?
I do not. A few days ago, our tribe, everyone was captured by humans, soldiers of Lord Valpurgis, and we were all put in sacks individually and tossed in cages. And last night, the wagon that my sack cage was in, it fell into a ditch, and I was able to escape. I followed, I lockpicked my cage open, and I followed the tracks to here, and that is how I got here. I don't know where everyone else is.
Why is this Lord Valpurgis capturing goblins? What is it? Does he view you as an infestation of some sort?
I don't know. We are just going about our business, doing our things, but everyone is gone. Grove of grass, comrade pile of rocks, comrade puddle of mud, all were taken. We are missing. Oh, hail Clevis the Pointy, comrade of comrades, please help us.
Were you stealing food that you should not have been stealing? What did you do that made this happen? I know Branch knows how the tribe acts.
We were acting as the tribe acts. It is how we have been acting all of this time, and it has not come to anything like this.
Maybe he has some sort of interest in the land that you're in. A lot of things are about land. He's just trying to get rid of you, move you out so he can build real estate.
No, they cannot build over the feral wood. That is not okay.
Well, I know
no gentrification.
That might not be what you want, but it doesn't change that some people might want to do it. Anyway, we don't know why he did it, but that he just did it. So obviously that's a problem. If we see your friends, then maybe we can make it a side objective that we can release them. Everyone all right with that? But we do have another objective on our mission, Branch.
If Lord Walrus is going to destroy the feral wood, then I will destroy him.
That's quite a statement to say that you're going to destroy someone.
Isn't that why we are here?
We are here to... just to clarify, Carlos, our mission was to assassinate Lord Valpurgis or just take him out? Just stop him?
I mean, there's flexibility in how language conveys meaning.
Okay.
So
Aggressive removal.
yeah,
We're supposed to take care of him.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And you can interpret that as lenient or as severe as you want.
Change
Understood.
in leadership.
Dead or alive. Okay.
It also sounded like you'd be dropping into like the midst of this celebration ball, but it seems like you're outside. It seems like you're not exactly where you are intended to be.
That is correct.
Well, Branch, you might have your opportunity to do that, but we don't make judgments before we know all of the information. Do you understand? You know better than that.
I mean, I do, but that doesn't mean that that's what you should do.
If we start killing people just because we can, how does that make us any better than the elites that are taking over this world?
I am killing him because he is an elite, and also because he is trying to take out the wood.
We can take him prisoner. He might have information that leads us to winning this war against the other elites.
Fine. I don't like Mature that much anyway.
Excuse me, Glob cannot kill anyone without a weapon. Would any of you have a dagger or a pointy implement that I might borrow so that I might stab things in the event of a battle?
Oh yeah, I got something for you, boss. And he reaches in, and he's gonna pull out like an old, like some kind of poker for like a fire or something, and like attached to it is like a battery and a bunch of wires and like a little like jerry-rigged like on-off switch, and it's like, here, buddy, you take this.
Like a little cattle prod?
Yeah,
What is this?
it's a weapon of my
Okay.
own design.
Do I hit with it? Or,
I also have a hand axe.
You gotta turn it on and poke.
so like a button on it or like wires that connect or...
The kind of, yeah.
Okay. If he fiddles with it, what happens with it?
Well, how are you gonna fiddle with it?
I'm going to look for a button or wires or a way to turn it on.
All right, you think you find that? Roll a d2.
A D2?
Yeah, flip a coin.
Is it on or off?
It's a 2.
All right, at the very end, it goes bzz, bzz, and it kind of like arcs and sparks, and like you smell some ozone.
Oh, I like this. Okay, I will use this. Stick with...
As you spark it, a person that's near you, dressed up finely, Macarobo goes, "Oh dear," and moves away quickly.
Oh, it's part of the pyrotechnic show later. Stick around. We need to be careful. We're trying to blend in, remember?
Glob kind of like tucks that away. With like kind of a flourish of his hands, it just sort of like disappears. He has kind of like cloaks and rags on. It doesn't look like whatever he's kind of like cobbled together in terms of this cloak or anything. It looks like it's not his equipment. He's kind of like cobbled together some stuff after escaping.
How many cloaks does he have?
One primary cloak and maybe some rags that he was wearing previously.
Are we still splitting up and some people are looking at trash, and are we still sticking to that plan, or this has changed now that Glob is here?
Well, Branch is not a bear anymore. Now Branch does not want to sniff
You
trash.
can still go through the trash.
Branch can, but I don't want to.
Well, Branch is all emo now.
He does not like his tribe.
Sarsa, we need to recon a little bit to try to find out where this person is. Don't you have a familiar of some kind, or...
I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a little bit of a menagerie issue at the present. So I don't know how subtle I'm going to be able to be.
So you've got all the creatures down at your feet, or like reaching up their little paws in the air, like me. No, please pick me, please me.
Me, sir, me.
I mean, if you want to send some of this vermin in there, then we can have a go at that. But I'm not quite sure how any of this works. I don't normally.
You want me to go somewhere? I'll go, no problem.
Yeah, let me go in. I'm a friendly turtle.
Are they like actually talking?
You're gonna be too small.
Not in a way that you like. You don't speak small creatures, but like,
Do I understand them?
Branch, do you have through your druid read? Do you have kind of like understand small creatures? or whatever that is.
Speak with animals.
I have speak with animals, but it's specifically a thing I'd have to cast.
It's like
I don't think I have anything that just lets me magically
gnomes or
understand them
something. Like some
naturally.
small creatures have like a character trait that like you can kind of understand what they're getting at. But like these animals are like very expressive, so you all kind of get that they're like open to taking commands from Sarsa if she wanted to try.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but we could have a go with it. I mean, wouldn't be the first time we've done something completely out of left field.
I think it might be worth trying, because if we just all split up and look around, we could do that, but you seem to have a bunch of little spies. It's quite fortuitous.
Right, I mean, I can't speak to their effectiveness, but we could at least have a go at it. Alright, you there with the furry ears. She'll point at one of them.
Yeah, that's me.
Why don't you go have a look around? We're looking for,
Valpurgis.
yeah, that fella right there. I want you to go see if you can suss him out. And the rest of you, I want you to go look around, see if you can come up with any hot gossip, anything that's worth us checking out. And then you, she's going to point to one of the birds, you're going to find where there's top shelf whiskey, and you're going to let me know where that's at. All right.
So all these creatures just like scatter forth in different directions, and you're alone for the moment.
You can count on Chippy. If I find anything worth keeping, I'll put it in my cheeks. He scurries off.
as fast as I can.
Before the turtle even gets 3 steps away, the bird immediately comes back. And the bird lets you know that the red tent right next to you has booze.
Right, so I'll be in that tent over there, and I'll see you guys in maybe an hour or two.
Jeez.
A squirrel turns up with an acorn. Is this Lord Valpurgis?
I love the effort, but no.
It looks sad, and it runs off.
Was the squirrel the only one looking for Lord Valpurgis?
They're all just like off doing whatever they took from that.
The chipmunk comes back with a flyer.
Miss, I found this.
That flyer.
It's a nice woodcut sort of drawing of a very strong mustached man on it, and sort of like surrounded by beasts. And the text says, come join Lord Valpurgis for a feast and show, demonstrating his newest additions to his collection. Wonder at the finery, cower at the beastly creatures, and shower your generous lord with the praise he deserves. And in fine print, very small across the bottom, it says, ticket required for entry. All counterfeiters will be prosecuted. Reproduction of this flyer is expressly prohibited. Flyer value 1/1000th copper piece.
Did I do well?
Oh, yes, very, very good. I think we found this is where he's at. And she'll show the flyer to the group.
Would you like me to get you some nuts?
Actually, yeah, but only the salted kind. I don't want any of that raw.
All right, I'll go find some.
The lizard turns up, and it has what appears to be women's underwear in its mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Bloomers.
Sarsa will very discreetly pocket those.
It looks very proud of itself.
It's hard to find like nice underwear when you're out adventuring. So
Yeah, for sure.
Beggars
from far away, you hear someone yelling, "My garments!"
Lizard just licks his eyeballs.
Sarsa, do you start heading toward the red tent?
Yeah, like, what are you guys waiting for? Let's go.
So in the red tent, at the bar, there is a half-orc behind the bar who's like pouring all the drinks out, and then there's a gnome who's kind of like looking over them and going like, "No, more goes there. No, do that one first. No, why'd you do that? Give him more." And then the gnome turns to look at you and goes, "Ah, a customer, perchance."
Perchance. Per sure. I heard you had whiskey.
Ah, Fizz has not just whiskey. Fizz has the finest of drinks available to bring you here at the Brews of Fizz tent.
Sarsa pulls out Tiburon's coin purse and just lays it on the counter. Well, let's go for a ride there, boyo.
Come ye just to drink, or do ye wish to be soused? Properly soused before entering Lord Valpurgis's manor?
properly, improperly, I aim to be soused at any given moment, and then, we'll see what's going on over there too.
Ah, then perhaps thou wouldst wish to participate in the drinking competition.
Sarsa looks like she might cry. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Did you just say that there's people who compete at drinking?
That's right. How else would you win a ticket to Lord Valpurgis's fabulous party?
Please, yes, I want to go to there immediately.
Well,
Thank
question,
you, kind.
perchance, there are several of us. If our associate wins, do the rest of us get in? We are a bit of a package deal.
Ah, why, of course. She shall be your drinking champion. And you must only but donate a single gold piece per other participant. If she were to win, y'all gold pieces shall be returned and a ticket shall be provided. But if thou lose, I do keep the gold pieces, and you may carry out your champion upon a stretcher.
All right.
How much would a ticket cost if we did not go through this route?
Biz, and another gnome pops up from behind the bar. They're wearing a very nice kind of suit, a makeshift sort of scarf that's just kind of popping up.
Biz and Fizz.
And they look very serious. This is not Fizz. Fizz is wearing a vest, and they're the barkeep. And this is a different gnome that pops up and looks very serious. And Fizz goes, Biz, how much would a ticket set them back? And Biz just looks quickly behind the bar, counts like a few things in their head, and then Biz says, 500 gold pieces. Ah, you see? A steal!
Whoa.
Branch takes out a gold and puts it down.
This is very important that you win, Sarsa. It might...
Listen, I don't want to weird anybody out, but I feel like my entire life has been leading up to this moment right now.
Could Glob borrow a gold piece for the drinking lady to get us in?
One for each, a gold piece upon this peach of a hand.
Branch looks at Glob and just sighs deeply. And puts another gold down.
I'll put down a gold for myself and for Randall.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Excellent. Ah, but a drinking champion must have a drinking opponent. Aye, let us find. And the Fizz starts running up and down literally up and down the big wooden, long table, and just going like, do you want to be a drinking champion? And goes through a couple people, nimbly jumping between drinks, so as not to knock anything over. But then all the way down the end of the table, you just hear a drinking champion you need. At which point Fizz perks up and goes running down. You don't hear whatever conversation happens over at the end there, but you do see that someone stands up on the table. It's a swarthy lady dwarf with a big red beard and long flowing red hair. And she's like, Bartha shall be drinking today. Hey! And Bartha's friends, all ladies, are cheering. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Bartha looks very impressive.
I think Bartha and I might need to become best friends when this is all done, you lot.
Fizz quickly clears out that end of the table. He shoos people off. He's like, get out. Just tells them to move, and then indicates over for y'all to come down. Come.
Sarsa goes to there, and she's kind of just she almost seems in a daze, very excited.
She's just hearing harp music and sort of angelic chorus. Yeah. Once you get there, you get to see Bartha and her entourage up close. The other ladies are also lady dwarves, all with some kind of facial hair, right? So she's got Bartha's got the biggest beard, but you got other ladies with sort of mutton chops, other ladies with a goatee, things like that, and they all
Is she close enough that I could kind of talk to her quietly?
Yeah, she's across the table from you. So if you leaned over, you could definitely
Sarsa's gonna lean over and just say, Bartha, I just want you to know that no matter how this shakes out, I think you are absolutely wonderful.
Oh, we know how it's gonna shake out, lady. And she gives you a wink.
Sarsa's just grinning stupidly.
I assume everyone comes to join Sarsa over on this end of the table. Great. Fizz starts explaining the rules, right? For the drinking contest, these shall be the rules, and all shall agree before we partake. All right, check it out. There shall be a round, 3 drinks each for the round. You will start drinking each drink, and all 3 drinks must be finished for the round to be over. After each round, we shall take a very short break while we refill drinks, and then 3 more drinks. The first person to surrender, or call it quits, is the loser, and the other person shall be the winner. However, nature may take care of those circumstances for you. If you were to pass out or expectorate, you will also be declared the loser. But this is an important rule. If you are the winner, you must finish all 3 drinks of the round. So if your opponent is lights out by the first drink, you still need to drink the other 2 drinks to be declared the drinking champion. Understood? Understood?
Of course.
Branch is gonna reach up and like pat Sarsa on the back and say, "Hey, you got this." And I cast guidance.
Fizz just goes, the final thing to determine before we begin. Whiskey or mead? Whiskey or mead?
Whiskey. Sarsa looks at him like he's stupid for even asking. Although, to be honest, mead would probably be an easier journey, but Sarsa likes what she likes.
If we want to metagame a little bit, we're talking a few points of difference, but that's
Sarsa regularly drinks a pint of whiskey.
Fair
I
enough.
think she'll be okay.
Fair enough.
Sarsa has what's probably a problem.
I love how you said that.
Probably.
Or a magic liver.
But she's incredibly high functioning for, the choices that she makes.
It's not a problem. She's really good at it.
If you can solve it,
like
it's not a problem anymore, right? Yeah. So as soon as you say whiskey, Fizz throws up his arms, and almost out of nowhere, the wenches sort of bring 3 2-ounce shots of whiskey in front of each of you. So before we begin, I'll explain the drinking game rules as player. So every time you take a drink, it's a Constitution save. The DC is going to start at a certain level, but will increase 1 per drink. As I mentioned, you get 3 drinks per round. You need to finish all 3 drinks in order to be the winner of the round, right? And if you both win, you go to the next round. There are 5 stages of drunkenness. Any failure of a Constitution save moves you up from one stage to the next. And then as we go, the penalties stack. So you don't just move from one set of penalties to the next. If you're at the 5th level, you get the penalties from the previous levels. So stage 1, we're all familiar with this one. We live it every day, sober. Stage 2, we got tipsy. I should say sober, no penalties. Stage 2, tipsy. You're feeling it. You're feeling good. A little loose, but also no penalties. Stage 3 is drunk. At this point, for a duration of the next 2 hours, you'll have a disadvantage on any intelligence or wisdom-based checks or save. Stage 4 is hammered. Now you have a disadvantage on constitution-based checks or saves, which is very bad for this drinking contest. And then stage 5 is simply blackout drunk, disadvantage on all checks. If you're a seasoned drinker, you might not immediately pass out, but you'll be teetering on the edge of that and probably have to make a check every hour.
Carlos, is this a system of your own design, or did you?
I shamelessly stole it from someone on the internet and made a couple of tweaks. But
this isn't where you put most of your DMing energy, though.
No, otherwise I wouldn't have described anything else that happened, and it would have just been like this my entire week.
What level do we get psoriasis of the liver?
That's stage 6, and that we have to take outside the game. I think that then we do the sort of
intervention.
Rehab one shot.
That's going to be Sarsa.
Roll for intervention. I like that.
Got it.
And then final stuff is competitors may surrender the match whenever they wish. If for some reason the person across from you is even if they're not at the final level of drunkenness, if they feel like surrendering, they're going to do it. And then, as sort of Branch demonstrated, I would encourage either the party to help in smart ways, or the use of deception or intimidate can also be helpful in this competition. Those are the rules for the drinking contest. If you'd like to do any more conferring before, the round will start once you both lift up the first shot glass. So until then, you can sort of have a little chit-chat, check in with each other, and try and do any kind of thing. And then once we start the round, it's rolls, baby. And Sarsa, because you are a seasoned drinker, your first 3 drinks will be rolled with advantage.
Huzzah!
Oh, yes.
Which is great, because my constitution's okay, but it's not my strongest stat.
Interesting. Okay. Sarsa, you say when to begin. And again, if y'all want to have any sort of like check-in discussion or a little sly trickery, please go ahead.
Right, so I guess I'm just going to drink.
So I already gave you guidance. I don't know if anyone else is going to do anything to help you out.
Can I... Well...
Not yet.
Can I cast guidance on myself as well? So I get double guidance.
I will defer to the other DMs. Is that a stackable sort of thing?
No. Guidance is one time, unfortunately.
Got it. So being guided is like a state. That's the state that Sarsa is currently in. She can't be extra guided or guided plus. So
what I could do, she's the only one drinking, it's not all of us?
She's the only one who's going to be drinking here. Y'all are here for emotional support and a cheerleading.
So Glob could try to sleight of hand switch out one of her glasses for like a water, but I don't know. Like, I think she might be offended. Like, Glob's already like assessed enough of Sarsa that
he doesn't know her yet. Like, I don't
right.
think he would.
I feel like he's gleaned enough that like maybe that's not necessary. I'll keep that in the hopper. He like gets a shot glass full of water and he's ready to switch him out, and then like somebody's like, no.
Here's what I found of a popular rule. Right. Is if more than one person casts guidance, the person that's accepting it can take the higher of the number that's rolled.
Ooh, there you go. I like it.
Okay, we'll allow that.
So you can't stack them, but if somebody rolls a 4 and somebody rolls a 1, you can take the 4.
You get 4.
So it's like rolling with advantage.
Okay, Sarsa, are you ready to begin?
Perfect. Okay, yes, let's go.
And remember, your first 3 rolls are with advantage.
No.
Before you start, Bartha extends her hand out and goes, "May the best lady win."
Sarsa's just like grinning.
Do you accept the handshake?
Yes. She might even kiss her hand a little bit, like.
Bartha's slightly confused, but you kind of take her expression to mean like, "Are you trying to psych me out?" You know, that sort of thing. So now
she's just like a kid in a candy store right now.
Bartha's ready to go. Okay, Sarsa, you will take the first drink.
Okay, so it's just a con save?
Con save, advantage, and then you can roll the extra guidance.
17, and I will not roll my guidance.
17 passes. The whiskey goes down smooth. This is just warming you up.
Sarsa just looks at the rest of her teammates and just gives them a thumbs up.
Bartha downs her whiskey with equal aplomb and turns to her group of ladies. She actually launches the shot glass behind her, and another one catches it, and they're like, huh, 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 huh. Shot number 2.
That's a 21.
Ooh. Okay. You sort of give this one a little stank, you know? You kind of, it looks like you're going to go in straightforward with it, and then with a little flick on the wrist, it almost looks like you spin the shot glass before you take the shot, and the whiskey just disappears down the gullet. Bartha goes to take the next drink, and seeing your showboating, tries to do something similar, but as she takes the shot, it seems like it goes down the wrong pipe. And so she actually chokes for a second, And everyone's like, oh, and she's like, I'm good, and they're like, oh, all right.
I'm getting like Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes right now.
Definitely looks a little embarrassed over that failed shot. Finally, the third drink of the round, Sarsa.
Right. And do I still have advantage on this one?
This is the final roll with advantage. Yes.
Yeah, 13.
13. Okay, you take the shot. This is the one where the warming feeling is sort of like you really start feeling it across the chest. But you're focused. You've been here before. You keep it under control. You're sort of like teetering between like we're warmed up and sort of like, oh, we're about to kick it to the next. But thankfully you're right on the line. You're good. And Martha goes ahead and takes her drink, slams down her palm onto the wooden table, and then just takes it fully down, throwing her head back, puts the shot glass in upside down on the table, and she's like, She does like an air slice. She's like, done. And her ladies are all hooting and hollering, oh, yeah, Bartha, you got it, girl.
Sarsa just like puts her hand on her chin and looks at Bartha and says, you know, your beard really brings out your eyes.
Bartha again just gives you this look of sort of like, I don't know how to feel about this. And she just goes back to her girls, and they like huddle behind you. Fizz announces the end of round 1, but round 2 has only begun. The next 3 shot glasses start up.
That rhymed. Did you guys hear that? It rhymed. Did you see what he did there?
This is true, it rhymed.
I wish I could rhyme very often.
Hey, are we close enough to, like, is it kind of like everybody's crowded around and there's a lot of people very close to everybody?
You're starting to gather a little bit of attention. So before, people just next to you on the tables were looking, but now people outside of the tent are kind of like stopping in the trail and starting to look in. It's not a huge crowd yet, but people are starting to notice, hey, there's a drinking contest going on. Oh, you know,
Oliver wants to make his way behind the dwarf woman, and like he's cheering her on. Just at first, just be like, "Oh, good show," you know, just whatever. Just.
Oh, okay.
Close enough.
Okay. Why don't you roll a deception check to see if anyone recognizes that? Wait a minute, you are on the other side.
Okay.
Let's see.
I like a good bet. Ooh, that'll be an 8. And this is a but it's even, so +4. So
there you go.
That's a 12. That's a 12. Yeah. I think what happens is one of Bartha's teammates notices you and kind of gives you an askance look, but then just kind of like goes back to the huddle and doesn't pay attention.
I'm just here for the festivities. It's fun to bet against your friends, don't you think so? Go Bartha, right?
Yeah, go Bartha, go Bartha. This guy's got the right idea. Yeah.
Before round 2 starts, I'm going to recast guidance, because I assume a minute has passed. I'll just do that anytime a minute ends. I'll recast.
Branch has got it all figured out. Randall, Glob.
Waiting for the right moment.
The grease is going to come out.
The grease is coming, baby.
Glob, all good?
Yes.
All right, Sarsa, whenever you want to start.
I will go.
All right.
That's going to be an 18.
18. Excellent. This shot reminds you of a warm, windswept night on a ship many, many moons ago. It kind of has a little salty feel. It's just a little reminiscent.
Oh, this reminds me of a bottle I drank one time on the Crescent Squall 3 with Jarek, and we were sitting there, and he had baked a meatloaf. It was okay, but the bottle was really nice.
Bartha's like, who's Jarek? Is that your boyfriend? Ooh, and all the ladies behind Bartha, ooh.
It's honestly really complicated, and I don't even know if I'm the sort of person that does monogamy, but you know, it's complicated.
I don't like feelings, and she goes for the shot.
Oh, but you've got such a tender face.
She does well, but her eyes, as she's taking that shot, her eyes bulge a little bit when you say that. She is feeling very confused over all this encouragement and affection that Sarsa is showing her. But she finishes her shot, and she's like, next.
All right.
Ah, well done, Bartha! And I slap her on the back and cast Stunning Strike.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm making a melee attack, so I have to roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hit, I'll do Stunning Strike.
Oh, no.
This could backfire very terribly. 16 to hit.
Okay, a 16 does hit in this instance.
Okay. Let's see. I guess there's damage, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna like sort of withdraw the, like hold back on
Right.
significant
Like the karate
damage.
chop. You're doing
Yeah. So then she has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
DC 17.
I mean, she's been making those. Let's see. Oh, 17 you said?
Yep.
She rolled a 12.
Ooh.
Okay, so she's stunned for 6 seconds, essentially.
What happens with this stun, her eyes kind of like bulge out for like 6 seconds, and she's going to go from sober to tipsy when she emerges out of the stun.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
She's just like, "Gah!"
DM. I
Yes.
don't know if you want me to roll like perception but like, do I notice that this is happening?
You notice that Oliver did something. You can roll perception to try and figure out what exactly happened.
15.
15, yeah, you can tell that they sort of did one of their
Sarsa
maneuvers on that.
glares at Oliver.
Okay. I'll just kind of.
It is
That's right. Well
daggers.
done.
Yeah, and the other ladies are, hey, back off, and they like go to grab her shoulders, like, come on, Bartha, and she like snaps out of it, but again, she's like, just, Sarsa notices it, but she's got a little wobble going now.
More like Barfa.
Oh man, I hadn't even thought of poor Bartha. When I gave her that name, I hadn't even thought of that. Oh man,
That was like the first thing I thought of.
it's time for the second drink.
All right, here we go. That's going to be a 14.
Ooh, okay. 14 makes it right under the wire. So this drink gives you a little more difficulty. Probably like the first glug followed by the second glug.
It's probably a
Keep
little
it down.
peaty, little peaty, little smoky.
Yeah.
Not like,
you
not like
definitely
Irish
got
whiskey.
a small cough like right after, but thankfully imperceptible to your opponent. But probably anyone else on your side could tell that you gave a little shiver and a cough very quickly after the drink. All right, and Bartha is gonna go ahead and
Right as she
Roll.
takes the drink, Branch is going to telepathy into her head and go,
Why would
Make a
you
ga-
do that?
just make a gagging sound.
Wait, to Bartha or to Sarsa?
To Bartha, not to you.
Oh.
Bartha, again, despite having just a very slight sway, she seems to have recovered from the stun pretty okay, and she actually uses the shot to shake off the stun even a little bit more. It's a sort of situation, and she's like focused on Sarsa again, but she's staring at her very intently, almost as if trying to let her know, like, I'm on to you. The sort of barf sound doesn't seem to affect her in any sort of way, Branch. Final drink of the round.
All right, 15.
Glob is a mastermind and would like to, as a bonus action, take the help action to help Sarsa do her best, giving her
Okay.
advantage.
What would that look like, Glob?
That's a good question. How do you help somebody drink real good?
There were some Tums. I don't know.
What's the is there like a skill check she was making to do these? Constitution, right?
She is making a Constitution check. Yes.
Like sliding
all
in
right.
the bread.
So it'll be like,
Okay, so what you want to do is clench your diaphragm and open your throat all the way and toss it back. And think of trees and eucalyptus. Mastermind.
So Sarsa rolled a 15, and I'm going to use my guidance to add 3 to that. So that'll be an 18.
An 18. Okay, great. And then the help action, would that just give her like an advantage
Yeah.
on the roll? Okay, so if you want, you can roll the other dice, and if it goes even higher, you don't have to use the guidance, Jen.
It was a 13, so now I'll stick. I've got the 15, so it's going to be an 18.
Okay. She maybe thinks of trees, but not eucalyptus. So, it's a wash. But definitely helpful. And the final whiskey of the round.
Was it helpful? Was it helpful?
I mean, it's called the help action. So, it's there in the name. But with a flourish of the wrist, you set between 2 fingers the shot glass down, and you are done for this round. And Martha will take the next drink. Ah, nice. And she downs it just as quickly. Looks like she's got her energy back, and she's like, just like pumped. And her team's just like, Bartha, Bartha, Bartha. And they're starting to sort of like work up a chant slowly but surely. They go back into their huddle, and Fizz comes in. It's like round 2 is over, but round 3 is here. The 3 shot glasses get put in front of
I was really
everyone.
hoping he was going to do the rhyming thing again there.
You have to pay extra for the ride, and the Fizz leaves.
Yeah, you got this, Sarsa. Guidance again.
Guidance again. Okay, are we ready to start round 3? Anyone else?
You did not think of eucalyptus. Do you know eucalyptus? They're good to eat and for wiping also. And for not up jogging.
I'm doing my best, I suppose.
All right.
Alright,
Guys, I
Sarsa.
feel fine.
She looks strong. She is good at this.
Very.
Sarsa, do you want to try one of my little potions? It might help.
I don't know. Sarsa looks at Randall like he just grew a second head. He's like,
He's got like some plastic baggies with like a liquid in them.
Oh, Lord.
Potions?
let's see how this plays out, and if I think I'm in trouble, then I'll let you know.
Okay, and then he's gonna drink one.
Sarsa, start the round.
Oh no, I don't even know if I should waste my guidance. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, okay.
Should have taken the Randall potion.
So, returning to the drink and sort of taking it, you definitely take it a little too quickly. And you don't spit it out. That would be a waste of good whiskey. But you do feel some of it come up your nose, and the rest just barely makes it down with a burning sensation. You are now tipsy.
Did somebody swap this out with tequila? Because I don't drink tequila.
Bartha goes ahead and takes her drink successfully. She's definitely at the level where it's like it's no more talk. It's just grunts and stares.
What was the tipsy? There's no
penalties for tipsy.
Okay. It's just a state. Okay, so now I roll again.
You roll again.
It's a 15.
Ooh. Do you want to roll guidance on that one, perchance?
Well, I wasn't going to. I was going to save that for something that felt a little more dangerous, but...
Let's say by round 3, 15 is dangerous.
Good to know. Okay, yeah, I'll roll my guidance. It's going to become an 18.
18. Perfect. Okay, so after the last one, you sort of imbibe this one a little more carefully. You start slow, and as you sort of like get it going, it goes down smooth, thankfully. So you make it past this one, and now Bartha's going to take her turn. And that is going to be, okay, she makes it. She was holding one shot glass with her right hand, and then she grabs the other shot glass with her left hand. She hasn't even let go of the empty shot glass, and she takes the other drink. And again, she's just staring intently. At this point, sort of starting to become a little bit, if not aggressive, she's trying maybe a little bit of intimidation. on you. So,
Sarsa just gives her a wink.
okay, go for it.
Oh my god.
Wink and drink.
I rolled another nat 1, you guys.
No.
Stop doing that.
Okay, so Sarsa, this is the drink that sort of tips things over. You know, you got a triangle, right? And you're on this side of the triangle, and this kind of tips things over slightly in the other direction. You feel this one. This is the one that is truly putting you on the path of no return. You are now a little bit drunk.
Have you guys noticed how pretty Bertha is? I mean, she's got really good genetics. And does anybody want a hug? I could use a hug right now.
A bunch of woodland creatures just seize the opportunity and run up you from all sides to get their hug.